Hello, thanks for tuning into the JPSpecialties YouTube channel. My name is Kadin Poole, and today we're going to cover how to weld PVC and TPV water stops. Before I can show you how to weld water stop, I need to go over water stop welding safety, as well as some of the tools you'll need. Starting off with operating safety. First and foremost, only qualified personnel should operate a water stop welding iron. Keep all children, bystanders, and animals 20 feet away from the working area at all times. Never operate a welding iron under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Our irons function at extremely high temperatures and can burn flesh or cause ignition, so be sure to unplug your iron when it's not in use. Never attempt to alter or repair your iron in any way. Irons should also be kept out of contact with water. If either occurs, you might as well throw away your warranty. Next, we're going to go over some personal safety. Welders are recommended to wear eye protection at all times. Indoors or in enclosed spaces, the usage of a respirator with the proper filters is essential. While welding water stop, you must wear rubber-coated or leather gloves, as plastic gloves will melt and stick to the iron. Let's start getting ready to weld. When setting up, make sure your iron is in a safe and visible place to reach its desired temperature. Extension cords, if used, should be no longer than 50 feet and should be made of 12-gauge wire. When plugging your iron into a generator, you may cause other tools or the iron itself to malfunction due to its high draw of amperage. You may want to make a simple jig and holder like the one we have here to ensure easy and repeatable welds. The material you'll be welding should have square cut edges. We cut ours with a 40-tooth, 11-inch blade. Of course, you'll also need a water stop splicing iron. For the purpose of this video, we will be using our JP 414 iron. Ensure that the surface you will be welding on, as well as the material, your gloves, and your iron are all clean to avoid getting contaminants within the weld. Here's a quick tip to make sure your water stop welds come out even better. Thermoplastics such as our water stops have memory. To make your weld easier, allow the water stop to lay flat in the sun up to 1 day in advance. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's weld some water stop. First we will be welding PVC water stop. Then we will move to TPV water stop. Although the process is largely the same, there are subtle differences that are very important. When welding PVC water stop, it emits fuming hydrochloric acid, which is why we recommend the usage of a mask. Be sure to weld over a gap to ensure that no melted material contacts any surfaces. It also gives your iron somewhere to sit. First, begin to push the two pieces of material against the iron. PVC melts anywhere between 350 and 380 degrees Fahrenheit. If welded too hot, PVC will release its plasticizers, creating a brittle surface which will contaminate your weld. For the purpose of this video, the clips you're seeing are heavily sped up. You may notice the melted material has begun to form a bead. This bead is called extrudate. Once the extrudate is totaling at 3/16 of an inch on both sides, you're ready to weld. Now that you have the correct bead size, quickly remove your iron and begin to push the two halves together, ensuring that all ribs and the center bulb, if applicable, are aligned now. Make sure to apply steady pressure until the initial cure is done. Now we're going to weld TPV water stop. To weld TPV, you will repeat the same steps as PVC. It'll just take a lot longer. TPV water stop melts anywhere from 410 to 430 degrees Fahrenheit. Unlike PVC, TPV does not release any dangerous fumes while heating. It also won't become brittle when burned. Once again, we're looking for that nice 3/16 of an inch bead size. When working with a center bulb profile such as this, it's important to make sure that the center bulbs are also aligned. If you are paying close enough attention, your weld should look like this. Once the welded material is the same temperature as the parent materials, the initial cure has finished. When cured, a proper water stop weld should be homogeneous and retain 80% of the parent material's physical properties. The best way to check weld quality is through several destructive tests. The weld should not be able to break through moderate amounts of shear force. If you can break it over your knee, you need to try again. A fully fluid-proof water stop weld should be completely solid through the entire weld. The only way to check this is by sacrificing your work and cutting out a rectangular section. If you did a good enough job, the welded section of the water stop should look like one solid piece. Thanks again for watching our video. Be sure to subscribe for more information from the water stop experts. If you would like a transcribed version of the information in this video, or you would like to schedule a webinar to become a certified water stop welder, please follow the links in the description.